Hello. Welcome to Love, Forgive, Live podcast. I know today I'm kind of late in recording. I've had a really busy day. So I figured I better do this before Monday. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a great week. I had a very exciting week, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. It's going to be exciting. One thing I wanted everybody to know is that the weeks can be very difficult, but we can always get through it because things will be thrown at you, but you gotta laugh a little. Don't take things so seriously. I understand that things can come at us and we will feel like we're being overwhelmed because it's too difficult or it's too overwhelming. But it can be exciting too. Depends on how you look at it. Most of the time I look at life more like an adventure. Even during the most difficult times, I spend a lot of time actually just laughing and asking questions. And some of those questions I'm going to address today. And I hope everybody takes something away from it. I sure did writing this and coming up with the principles that I'm going to share. It's very important for all of us to be aware of it. And those of us who are not aware, or those of you who are not aware, you could also learn something. And I make it a point to learn something new every day so I can grow. And to me, it's an opportunity to grow each day. So I always ask, what should I learn today? What is available? What lessons am I supposed to learn today? Anyways, my name is Sroda Aglago. I started this podcast to empower, encourage, and of course to motivate. My brothers and sisters, sometimes I may sound really serious, sometimes I may sound silly and funny, but it's all in the day's activities. We should always enjoy it. Make fun of whatever it is that is coming at us, because guess what? If you're not laughing, you'll be crying, and I promise you crying is not going to give you joy. Unless it's tears of joy. Now, there we go. That's always fun. Now, those of you who would like to reach me, you may contact me at loveforgivelive@gmail.com. The love is written as LUV, the number 4, the word give, GIVE, live@gmail.com. Okay? You can always reach me about anything that you want to talk about, or if you feel like something I've discussed, it's kind of like, I need more clarification, or I'd like you to talk about something else, or anything. Like, did it help you? Did it not help you? Did you learn something? If not, let me know. And if this was something worthwhile of, at least your time, because I take this podcast as a way to reach out and to connect with my brothers and sisters, because that's we all are. We are one. We are one in the race of human race, and we are family. We work together. Okay. Once we know that we all have a specific place in the world, in the plan, in the one true universal plan of the Creator, then we are able to do our part So today's topic, without further ado, oh, by the way, those of you who listen through YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, we are on iCloud. And of course, we're on Spreaker and Spotify. Follow us, like us, and of course, share what you believe. And then, hey, share with your friends and family. And if this has helped you, let the world know. Thank you. Anyways, so today's topic, oh my goodness, I can't believe, it's about the 8 principles to live by in order to have a right relations with the divine, with humanity, with the universe, with the true source. 1, God. So any of these names might resonate with you. It's very important that we recognize the right relations to one another and how we relate to all that. The first principle is right value. Right value is very important. This means, what value do you place on yourself? What value do you place on others around you? And what do you value? What do you value the most in your life? And this could be for anything that you put the most value on, because that's going to determine where you are in your life. If you are placing a lot of value on your outward appearance or how people see you, you will know what that means. The value you place on your relationship with everybody, what is that for you? That value is very important, because it begins to give you an insight into yourself and how are you relating to the universe. It's very important. The second one is the right speech. Right speech I find very interesting, because a lot of time we sit around and we think, oh, you know, everybody's saying this about me, everybody's saying this and that about me. But here's the thing. What do you say about yourself, to yourself? Because you know who does the most damage to ourselves? We do. It's the thoughts and the things we say to ourselves in our head. We are our worst critics. So what do you say about yourself, to yourself? That's very important. Because a lot of times, what we believe and say about ourselves keeps us stuck. It keeps you stuck so that you're not able to progress and move on, learn anything, and grow. Rather, you keep playing the words that you said to yourself, regardless of what you've heard out there, what lessons, what wisdom you've heard, will never penetrate through you. You will never use it unless you're able to dismantle what you say to yourself. Because once you begin to break that down, you begin to see the flaws that you've convinced yourself is your truth. And that is a betrayal of your own soul. So what you say to yourself is very important. Because anytime you go to a speaking engagement or a teaching and you're taught a new principle, a new way of living, a new idea of understanding how you relate to the world and the truth, you will never believe it, you will never act on it, you will never process it or receive it unless you begin to go through what you say to yourself. So the right speech is very important. The third one is right modes of living. Are you living an authentic life? Are you being real to yourself? I mean, really getting real. Are you fooling yourself? Because when we begin to fool ourselves, we live in a facade. And this facade prevents us from seeing the truth of who we really are. The truth of your place in this world. That you matter. That you have something to give to the world. That you make an impact into the world. In your little corner, you do make an impact. But if you're not aware of this, wow. You will not live the life that you're meant to live. So the right modes of living is also important. Of course, all these principles are very important. But pick and choose which one you realize that you're not operating on, you're neglecting in your life. Because all these things will block you from seeing what the divine has for you, for seeing how important your relationship is with the divine. Because your creator made you with more inside of you than you could ever imagine. But if you don't have the right modes of living, you will not see it, you will not hear it, you will not recognize it, or make use of it. So the right modes of living is very important. Once again, the right modes, M-O-D-E-S, of living is important. The fourth principle is right thinking. Oh boy. You can never, ever, seriously, get anywhere or change your circumstances or your life or situations without changing the mindset. What is your mindset? That's where I'm talking about right thinking. Mindset. Any level of growth, any level of understanding, and even whether it's in business, starting a business, having a new way of understanding stems from your mindset. You can be living in a deplorable situation where everybody around you can see that you can do better. You can get better. Or they'll see the potential in you. But if you don't have the right mindset, you will not progress from there. You will not move from there. You will not understand that there's a different way of living. There's a different way of understanding. There's a different way of receiving. One thing that comes in mind is in regards to receiving, is to receiving love. If you have convinced yourself or your mindset is you don't deserve love and you're not worthy of love, I promise you, you can have the best human being on the planet in terms of the person loving you the best way they know how. And on the books, they are right. They would love. Anyone who reads would be like, wow, I want a love like that. That love could come into your life. You would never, ever, ever receive it because your mindset is already fixated on nobody can love me. I'm not worthy. So that person could be standing in front of you with the heart that you desire or want, but because your mindset is not open for it, you can't receive it. And of course, the person will be gone, and then you say, aha, I knew it. I knew he wasn't going to stay. Knew I didn't deserve it. They always leave. Mindset. It's very important. Don't forget it. It'll teach you the best thing about you. Receiving love. is just as crucial as giving love. Here's a word from our sponsors. Anyways, the fifth principle is right aspiration. What is the purpose? What do you aspire to do or to be in this world? Or your time being spent in this world, what do you want to do with it? What do you aspire to offer the world? That's a big one. Too often in my line of work, I come across people. That's a heavy one. I gotta breathe on that. Too often, I have come across and heard the despair of aspirations lost, aspirations not realized. Then comes the regret, the anger, the anguish. Oh, speaking about this makes me more emotional. Because people's heart break. Because they've chosen the wrong aspiration. And they realize it didn't amount to anything. And it was not what they wanted to do. I'm sorry. My heart breaks every time I remember the pain and the anguish because someone made the wrong decision and chose the wrong aspiration. So right aspiration is very important. That is, what do you want to do in the world? Does it benefit anyone? Right aspiration. Does it benefit anyone, or does it only benefit yourself and your family? Sometimes not even your family, just yourself. Feeling that you're just here for yourself and the heck with the rest of the world or the family. So the questions you need to start asking yourself is this serving a purpose or help others? Your answer will give you a clue into yourself as to where you're falling short or where you feel that you need to start making changes to have the right relations. So right aspiration is a clue into yourself as to how is it that what you're doing, is it relating to the world? Are you giving? Are you providing anything that serves humanity? Is it serving a greater purpose? Or just what your desires are? Or what your needs are? Because doing something that just benefits you, this is what it creates. It makes you become empty. And you end up having a hollow life. That's why it's very important, because when you start feeling empty and hollow, it's painful. It's very painful. You see, that will also block you from the right relations with the Creator. So you become the one that block yourself. But the moment you have the right aspiration, by knowing that you are serving the greater good on a scale of the entire universe, promise you, the universe responds in a beautiful way to make that, to facilitate that for you and make it more impactful. So you see, one of the things that I find very crucial is that when you have the right aspiration, you begin to create opportunities, not only for those around you, but everyone around you, even people you don't know. This is where kindness comes in. Kindness is amazing. And when you do things to help others, it's almost a fulfillment of your true purpose. You find joy in it. And the moment you're kind to others, this is what happened. And it's powerful. You begin to create that opportunity that brings more joy to you. When you are kind to people, people become kind to you. And that kindness that you show to someone, that joy that they feel, it creates, the best way I could put it, for lack of a better word, because these things are so powerful, there isn't, to me, I feel there isn't even a word in this world to describe how impactful it is. Picture yourself standing by calm, quiet water, and you put a stone in the middle. Look at the waves it makes. This one little stone you put in created an energy that moves. The way I look at it is like a circle. You put one stone in there and it creates this circle. It starts with a little one, then a bigger one, then a bigger one, then a big one, and it moves around like a wave. Smooth, beautiful wave that just move. That level of the energy, of that joy, is what fills your heart and makes you feel you're fulfilled. You become alive. You end up having that joy back into you. So believe me, it's such a powerful thing to have the right aspiration. To aspire to be greater than what you see. Because you make an impact. You become more aware of what you're bringing and know that it affects everybody around you. So when you do that kind thing and joyful thing by helping anybody but yourself, helping others, that aspiration creates a powerful, powerful energy surge that makes you, that the other word is, it vibrates. The vibration spreads. And that's how you get that joy back. I could sit around and talk about that alone for hours. I'm not going to do that to you. You'll be like, oh my gosh, she can talk. So, anyways, it's such a powerful thing. I can't talk enough about it. So, and it's the same way when you volunteer your time to help others. You begin to see something powerful. And it's amazing. Really amazing. The sixth principle is this: right conduct. Right conduct is self-explanatory, but I will explain just a little bit. I won't spend too much time on it. This is particularly important because the way you conduct yourself shows who you are and your true heart. When you conduct yourself with love for one another, It shows. You don't have to speak it. You just shows. You show goodness to everybody else who come around you. You're cool with everybody else. Everybody you come across. You're not boastful, angry, vindictive. You're just having the right conduct. How do you comport yourself? How do you handle yourself? One thing comes in mind. Do unto others as you would unto yourself. Do unto others as you would unto yourself. How do you want people to treat you? Treat everybody the same. You want people to be nice to you? You want to be respected? Respect everybody around you. And I'm not saying, just your age group, your colleagues, or your co-workers, or your subordinates and superiors. I'm talking everyone, including children. Be a person that conduct themselves in the highest level of relating to one another. So then you get that back. So do unto others as you would unto yourself. You want people to treat you with respect? Treat everybody with respect. Not just, like I said, your colleagues, but everybody around you. Including your family, and including your neighbors, including the store clerk, including the car wash guy, including the children, the neighbor's kids and yours. Conduct yourself in that manner. One time I thought about this principle and I realized it's very effective. It is very, very effective. I'm one person that I love children. Oh my gosh, I love children. And I don't care whether they are not mine. I don't care what skin color they are. And I don't care what culture they come from. I love them equally. I embrace them. I smile from my heart. And I remember years ago when I had a business helping new mothers transition into motherhood. I didn't care if the child was white. I didn't care if the child was Asian. I just love holding those babies. And staying up at night, rocking them to sleep, changing them, wrapping them up and swaddling them, and just holding this being and just pouring love onto them and into them. It's just beautiful. So to me, I could love any child. Didn't care. And that was very powerful for me. It taught me a lot. So the right conduct is powerful. Number seven. Number 7 is, this one hits me hard. I go to the stores and I'm like, okay. And I just keep quiet. And I'm in my head, I'm like, don't judge, don't judge, don't judge, don't judge. Because the store clerk, the attitude and the way they're doing this job, it's on them. It's where they are at the time. They're just not fully aware of their principles. Yeah, they're not aware. But the strange thing is, we all become aware of it one way or the other. Whether I'm the one telling you or somebody else is telling you, or you don't know. But something innate that happens in us that we end up realizing that we should be doing, or we should become aware of, and make a point in learning. And once we do, it's powerful. And that is the right effort. Right effort to anything and everything we do. See, the right effort will show someone who is watching if your heart is in it or not. Right effort will show that you're sincere in doing what you're doing. Here's a word from our sponsor. And we're back. Okay. So, right effort is everything you do. Everything. I'll repeat. Everything you do. Are you doing it with a sincere heart? Do you do it grudgingly or with resentment? That's the question. Too many times I go into a workplace or a business establishment and the attitude of the person working, whoo boy. Now that's something to be, to write about. I hear people say, well, this is not my father's business, so why should I put effort in it? Why should I work hard? Why should I do it well? Here's the thing. It may not be your father's business or your father's work, but the way you conduct, the way you put the effort into the work will show who you are. Will show that you love the job or you hate the job or you're just there for the paycheck. And when I see this, I'm like, oh, wow. They don't even know that they're blocking their own blessing. Are you doing it with a gladness of heart? There is the question. Sometimes I see a lot of my brothers and sisters doing the job by being petty and say, well, I did it. Meanwhile, it was done shoddily. Like, they did a shoddy job. Completely shoddy job. And you look at it, you're like, oof. Are you actually proud and talking about this? And doing that shows that, guess what? You don't want to be there. And it's very important. You notice that in every job, if you're showing that you don't really care and the effort you're putting in, they can see. When they can see that effort, that is not even much, this can prevent you from even getting a promotion. This can prevent you from going to the higher positions, even getting a raise. Now, come on now. If you do it well. People will recognize it. People will see it. People will notice, including your boss. But if you're doing it grudgingly, you're only hurting yourself. Or being rude to customers and constantly just being snickering like, oh, I could be elsewhere. I hate this job. The sad thing is you walked into that job. That's the sad thing. You walked into that job. And even if it's not the job that you wanted, but at least, how about we look at it this way? I at least have something to do in the meantime to help me pay for my bills whilst I'm working on what I really wanted to do with my life. The job that I really wanted to do. I'm working on it. So I am grateful I have something to do to help me in the meantime. Yes, it's just a stepping stone to get to your goal, to get to your place, to get to where you want to be. But treat it with kindness. Treat it with joy. Treat it with the right attitude. The right effort is actually literally the right attitude. That's it, the right attitude. Because the right attitude will take you far. Oh, it'll take you far. It'll take you so far you wouldn't even know how far it'll take you. The right attitude is actually the right effort. Number 7, the right effort equals the right attitude in everything. So it is very important to notice that the effort you put into anything reflects how you feel about it, how you feel about where you are, how you feel about doing what you're doing. Now that is key. Number 8 is the principle I call right happiness. Woo-hoo, I'm glad I got to this one. I love this one. Right happiness. It puts everything into perspective. That is, be joyful and appreciative about everything you have. Be grateful for what is working in your life, and you would always be happy. Happiness is a choice. I've said this before, because happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy in spite of what your circumstances are. Before you even get there, you've already made up your mind you are going to be happy. You are going to be happy because you're going to be present. You're going to be present for the process, present for the study, present for the crusting, present for the crushing, present for the burning, present for the walk to that place. You are present for the learning. Because I guess let me tell you what, happiness is not about getting to the destination of where you're going. It's being happy during the process, being happy during all the stuff that comes with it before you get there. Could you imagine if we had to wait to be happy? Oh, our world would be turned upside down. So be happy in spite of it all. Be happy in the process. Okay? This is how you'll have the happiness and the knowing that you don't have to worry. Because worry and happiness cannot exist. And the way we get through it is through gratitude. Ooh. Okay. Right happiness equals gratitude. Because gratitude is the best way you get to focus on what is working in your life. Because I promise you, if you're going to sit around and expect the universe to make everything align perfectly before you'll be happy, I promise you, you'll be miserable for the rest of your life. You'll never find joy. So be grateful for what is working. The gratitude about what is working in your life, as minuscule as it may seem, it is doing something powerful in you. Because guess what? When the universe gives you something small and you become appreciative, you become happy and glad you have it and grateful you have it, guess what happens? It gives you more of that. Right happiness is right for you because guess what? That means you're grateful. Gratefulness is a happy heart. Right happiness is to be grateful. Gratitude will always get you more. Gratefulness will always get you more. It will never give you less. This is why I think it's very important. If you want to reach the ultimate joy every day, where you can actually fend off spending your energy on worry, which will end up getting you into depression, which will end up getting you into a very bad situation emotionally. Gratitude and depression cannot exist in the same place. Because guess what? Gratitude is grateful for what is working and not focusing on what is not. Depression focuses on what is not working and not seeing what is working. You see? So they cannot exist in the same space. It can either be one or the other. That's why I keep saying happiness is a choice. You choose where to put the focus. You choose where to put your attention. That's what it's going to be. So right happiness is very important. So here's the thing. That's why I always tell my clients and friends and family every day. And that's for all of you too. Try this out and you'll be surprised how much more happier you are. Every day, write down 5 things you're grateful for. I don't care if it's about the sky or the fact that I have a door that's worse in my house, and the fact that I have a key to lock my door at night to make sure I'm safe. If that's all that it is that you can remember to write about, do that. Write 5 things that you're grateful for every night. Do that for the next 30 days and watch what happens. You'll find yourself being more joyful, more happier, and more lighter. You'll see more joy around you, more happiness around you. More people are pleased to see you, and you are pleased to see them. So there you have it. For the next 30 days, write down 5 things you're grateful for every night before you go to bed, or every morning when you wake up, and see how much more grateful you'll be and happier you'll be. Thank you for listening. And you know what? I've enjoyed this topic very much. And if anyone has any questions, you know where to reach me at love, forgive, live, and love, forgive, live at gmail.com. And those of you who are listening on Twitter, enjoy it. And those who listen on YouTube, please subscribe and like our podcast, of course. There's several on there. I like doing this. I think this is pretty cool. My name is Stroda Aglago. Don't forget to be kind to one another. Have a blessed week. Enjoy every minute of it. And don't forget your assignment or exercise. One of my friends said, don't say assignment. That sounds like a homework. I don't want to go to school. So let's call it, what did I just say a second ago? I lost my train of thought. Let's call it exercise. Yeah. Exercise or practice. That's all it's going to be. Okay. So I've enjoyed our episode and hope that you all enjoy it. And I look forward to talking to everybody again next week. Have a blessed week. And remember, the right relations is the key to make sure that your life is fulfilled and you can be the best you can be. Thank you. Bye. Love you all.